Welcome to the Capital Spreads weekly look ahead. Today is Tuesday, the 20th of November 2012. And it's been a very strong start to the week. Of course, up to the beginning of this week, we've seen days and days of selling. US markets, double-digit declines from their highs, and it looked like really things were looking like they were going to completely fall off the edge of a cliff until on Friday there was some good news from US politicians where it was very clear that they had had a good initial meeting to discuss what exactly to do with their fiscal cliff. And that gave markets a bit of a boost on Friday in the US. That followed through into European trade yesterday. And we saw a really strong rally, some 2 percentage point gains for European indices yesterday, and that was matched by a very strong rally from US indices as well. So things for this week to look out for are that things could be quite quiet. We've got the US Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday and Friday, and historically this does tend to be a relatively bullish time for US indices, so we'll see whether they've already sort of spent their energy, the bulls, whether they've already pushed the markets high enough or if there's further to go. But certainly things looking a little bit better than they were a few days ago. So FTSE is at 57.20, Dow at 12,760. Eurodollar also benefiting from a bit of risk appetite. It's back above 128.00. It's at 128.10. Cable at 159.25, and gold also has seen a bit of strength. It's at 17.32. Brent, of course, benefiting not only from the slight improvement in risk appetite, but of course those ongoing tensions in the Middle East. The price for Brent is around 111.40. So as mentioned yesterday, there was that big rally. Today things just settling down a bit. European indices largely in the red, but not by much. And that was primarily down to the fact that Moody's has joined S&P in downgrading France's credit rating from AAA. And can't imagine it would be too long before Fitch joined those two by downgrading France. And later on today we get US housing starts as well. Now, those have improved, and this has been quite a lot of assistance for the bullish sentiment. People thinking that the US housing market really turning a corner. Well, certainly today's figures later on today indicate that, because they're some 35% higher than they were a year ago. So certainly things just looking slightly better for the US housing market. Tomorrow we get UK public sector net borrowing requirements. We also get the Bank of England minutes, and that will probably be more of a focal point, purely because at the most recent meeting we didn't get any further quantitative easing. But interestingly, what was announced was that the Bank of England will transfer all the income that is earned on the gilts that it's purchased from the government. It will transfer that interest back to the exchequer. So in a form, some sort of quantitative easing. It's about £34 billion. So in itself, that is a form of quantitative easing. But it'll be interesting also to see how they voted as well. Also on Thursday, on Wednesday, because of the Thanksgiving holiday, we get the initial jobless claims from the US a day early, and again they're expected to be very much affected by Hurricane Sandy. We also get Michigan confidence numbers as well. Then, as mentioned, we go into Thursday and Thanksgiving takes hold, so expect volumes to probably tail off towards the end of this week. But what we do get from Europe and Germany is a lot of PMI numbers, all expected to be firmly below the 50 level, suggesting contraction. We also get European consumer confidence. Then to round off the week, we get GDP numbers from Germany and the IFO business survey, as well as French business confidence numbers. So things to focus on, of course, this week as well are the ongoing EU summit, how things will progress with budget talks, dealing with Greece's extension of its debt financing. And so there's plenty to look at. We'll also see whether US politicians do honour the talk that they will continue to discuss the fiscal cliff going through the Thanksgiving holidays. So things could tail off at the end of this week, but there's still plenty to focus on. That's it. As ever, do give us feedback, media@capitalspreads.com.